Well, I think it's amazing that they got a point out of this one. Do they win in overtime? I'm saying no. Right? I'm going to be on for the overtime. It makes it best because of the way StreamYard works and Facebook and all that. And I'm going to use the Guy Benson account sparingly. Right? I'll use it for like the end of the last show, the off days. I don't want to use it regularly because of the issues I have. And until I know those are gone, I'm going to be doing this. Right? You're right, buddy. We got a point. Kevin's happy. He's going woohoo. He's going. We suck at overtime. We do. We have not played well, and this is an amazing team in overtime. Let me see if I can pull up their overtime record here real quick. The Oilers in overtime. Hey, what do you guys think of Alex? Man, you like him? When he comes back in, make sure you let him know. Overtime record this season. The Blues are 3-9. Edmonton is 7-5. In the shootout, we are 2 for 3. They are 4-0. We are 2 and 3, and they are 4-0. So we've got to get lucky. We got to control the puck. We've got to do those type of things that make it right. Brunovich with the hat trick. I thought Brunovich was out for the season. I'm saying yes. We'll aim to find out. Bushnevich. I think he meant Bushnevich. I'm saying he's a monster. Give him the dang puck. I'm with you. We'll find out soon. Jason likes Alex. Thank you. This is a game. We talked about this. We're 1-6 this season in OT. No, I just pulled up. That might be on the road. Okay, that might be on the road, but the NHL's got us at 3-9. So I think that's on the road. I think that's our road record there, Kevin. Or get a. I'm not sure what that is. Here we go. So we're game's on. 3-on-3. The Blues are holding the puck. I'm listening to the game as we go. I'm not going to try and take too much. I'm letting you guys listen too, so I'm not going to. Yeah, I don't mind slowing the pace here at all, right? And make sure that you're getting passes, right? Let's try and get this to the. I don't mind getting it to a shootout, even though they're 4-0. But I don't want. Oh, come on, Tarasenko. Bring it back out. Yep. If the play's not there, it's not there. Oh, there we go. Beautiful pass to Thomas. Oh, no. 2-on-1, 2-on-2. Fuck. There you go. That's exactly what I was worried about. Absolutely what I was worried about. Mother effer. Yep. Exactly what I was worried about. Well, they got the point, but and okay, I said that the Blues needed 6 out of 7 points, or 7 out of. I said they needed 6 or 7 out of the 8, and you're now at 5. So I mean, you can still end up where you need to be. Smith saved their game. Absolutely, he did. Yeah, that and that's what you're worried about. That's what I don't like. Oh, Sammy's here. Hey, Sam, how you doing? Hey, Sam, you need to look for Anthony Dingus. I've been going live mainly on there, so that's how you got to get me live. Is to tie it and then lose it like this is disheartening. Yeah, but you know what? Both teams played the last 5 minutes of the game for. They got 5. They got 5 points. So you need to pull one. You need to pull 1 or 2 against Calgary, and I think that's very, very doable. Should get Alex coming along here in just a second. Let me make sure I go back and do invite him. I'm pretty sure I did. I can see him coming back. I know Alex has had a good time with us tonight. I thought I did. Let me do another one just to make sure. There we go. So we should see Alex coming on, I hope. If not, you got me for the night. It's tough. Who do you start tomorrow? I think I say you got to start Binnington. I really do. And we're now 1 win above Nashville with 2 games in hand. And that's the important thing, the games in hand. You picked up a point tonight on Nashville, right? Really, really good. Kyle says, I don't mind losing in overtime. I'm with you, Kyle. Let's see where we at. So we got a point. Good comeback. I'm happy to see their fight. Yeah, I agree with that. A good loss. I'm kind of with you there. Darnell Nurse, left-handed defenseman Blues need. Maybe. I'm not going to go there. I'm not sure who this is or what account they're going under. I'm guessing it's the BlueNote fan report page. Let me look real quick. So if I can, I want to see who it is saying this. Because I think actually it could be on something else. It's Stephen Glass. Okay. No, Brian Buchholz. Brian. Okay. For Buchholz and Glass, make sure that you guys, I'll agree with that. Good thing it's not that in there. Make sure if you look on the post that you're in, if you kind of go up to the top of it, where it says this is what happens when you pass in the neutral zone, and that's where that goal came from, that first goal. If you look on there, he might either say Seymour, or it'll be a thing that says I'm going live using StreamYard. Please grant StreamYard permission. If you click on that, it'll take you out and then bring you back. It'll say click here, you click there, and then you can see it. Yep, I see Shockey. And I got Alex.
There I am. Sorry, it took a little while to get on because I was celebrating.
Yeah, well, that's fine because you know what? I'm not upset with this overtime loss. First of all, the Blues suck in the overtime, right? We're 1-7 on the road. We're 3-9 or 3-10 overall, right? You guys were 7-4 overall and 4-0 in a shootout. So I guess definitely expected that. Yeah. Control the puck control. You can't, when you make that shot, if there's not somebody behind you, you can't make that shot. Right. And I'm talking about where it leads back to the 1-on-2 that became a 2-on-2 where, who was that? McDavid that flipped the puck into the net. Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah.
Right. It was a good comeback. I'll take it. I'm happy with it. Martin Glass getting that comment in there. I'm trying to catch up with everybody. Kyle Hauser says, would have been a great overtime 5-on-5. It would have been a great win. You got what did I say after it was 4-1?
Mm-hmm. Right? You said you weren't worried. You said you weren't worried.
I was not worried. I had a feeling we were going to come back. Mm-hmm. Right? Yep. I do wish they went. I want to see them go back to 5-on-5 for 10 minutes. Mm-hmm. Right? Go 5-on-5 for 10 minutes and then go 4-on-4 for 5. Or 5-on-5 for 5 minutes. When there's a whistle, you go 4-on-4 for the rest. Mm. Right? That's what I say. We really need to get the win tomorrow. Oh, now Tarasenko's joining us. Now, this one, I won't say it. I know I will know whether or not it's Tarasenko. Trust me. Because I've had a conversation with him in the past.
Respect for writing that all in Russian. I was actually trying to read that. I spent a little time.
No, I have no clue what that is, and I'm not.
I don't know.
No, I thought the Blues played good. Then I really do. You minus the first period where they don't start well against a team like Edmonton, Colorado, Carolina, Florida. If you don't start well, you're going to be behind the 8 ball, right? And that's what happened tonight. Right.
Yeah. I mean, outside of that first period, sorry, the way that St. Louis played, they outplayed Edmonton for 40 minutes. And if it wasn't 3-on-3, how they do overtime, if it was 5-on-5, they would have won. I agree. They never allowed Edmonton to get into any sort of rhythm. This was St. Louis games. Unfortunately, they just shot themselves in the foot in the first period with that sloppy start. Otherwise, they were the better team the whole way through. And me as an Oilers fan, I can admit that. I can see that we got outplayed.
Yeah, no, and I think for the most part, They did get outplayed. Oh, okay. I know this isn't him because he wouldn't say that. He's so embarrassed by that, and I know that for a fact. Do you know that joke? Do you know where that comes from?
The rub off? No.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so he was asked during the Stanley Cup Finals if O'Reilly's work ethic had rubbed off on them, and he said, "What's a rub off mean?" And Pietrangelo and O'Reilly lost it. Lost it. I mean, they lost it right there. Pietrangelo he's flat. Just he can't hold it in. So it was and I know that really embarrassed Tarasenko. But you know what? I'm telling you, even if you didn't understand, I get that he's second language and that, it was still a great comeback. I mean, I would have, now if someone would ask me that, I would give that as a comeback because it was so good. It was just so good. You had a conversation. You have had conversation with you. Yes, I have. Yes, I have. I have had a private conversation with Vladimir Tarasenko. And there's a couple people that are in this group that know about it. I've kept that. There are T-shirts with that phrase. What's a rub off mean? Yeah,
love that.
It was so good. I gotta tell you, Alex. This if in some way, shape, or form, this becomes a playoff matchup, this is a 7-game war.
I think it very well could be. I mean, the only way for this to probably happen would be a Western Conference final, right?
No, if by some reason the Blues tank it and end up in that wild card spot, the number one wild card spot, they could end up playing Calgary.
They won't. They'll finish.
Yeah, they probably won't, but they could play Calgary and then face Edmonton in the second round.
I mean, I would be all about this. I think it'd be a really good battle. I mean, we were talking about at the start of the show that this was a good litmus test. I mean, it was. I don't think we saw the best of either team, though, in this.
I'll agree.
So I wish we had one more matchup between these teams before playoffs started. But from what we've seen in the 3-game season series, I think you're right. It'd be a slugfest. It would be 7-game battle. Absolutely. It'd be a ton of fun. I mean, it's going to be great hockey for the fans. So I don't know how it's going to happen, but I hope it does. This would be great.
No, it's you're seeing first of all, the West is, I think, stronger than the East. Overall, right?
Oh, hot take! Really? Okay.
Hold on. You got to look here. You look at the East, and they're 8. The East is the top and the bottom.
Yeah.
There's no middle.
Top heavy. None.
There's no middle, right?
Right. Yeah.
You look at the West, and you have a very top, a very bottom, and then everybody else in the middle.
Okay.
Right. To me, that makes them a stronger conference, and the Central to me is the best division in the league. Right?
Whoa. Atlantic Division.
Wait a minute. How many playoff teams are the Atlantic getting?
They're getting Toronto, Florida, Tampa Bay, Boston.
Yep, they're getting 4. How many is the Central getting?
Probably 5.
Case in point.
Okay, but are you telling me for the wild card teams, Nashville and Dallas, would you say that they're better than any of the 4 teams in the Atlantic that are going to make the playoffs?
Yes.
Whoa. Okay.
I will say this. I think that both Nashville and Dallas would beat Washington and Boston in 7-game series.
Okay. Well, Washington is metropolitan.
I know, but what you're asking the wild card teams, right? Well, I think that our wild card teams are better than their wild card teams.
Okay.
Right. And one of their wild card teams is in the Atlantic. Right. Yes. Tomorrow, Preds play Wild. If the Blues win at Calgary and the Preds win, the Blues 3 points out of second. Actually, if they could be even closer than that. No, if they'll be 1 point out of second, because they're 3 points out now. So if the Preds beat and we beat Calgary, we're 1 point out with playing Wild for 2 games. And that's what I brought up with you earlier, right? That the Blues schedule is actually very good for them to end up in that second spot, right? I absolutely think that. You got Alex, if he gives me too much, if he gives you too much trouble, I can come back and verbally slap Guy around a bit.
I like it.
See how
I'm
much my
tagging you in.
fans
I'm
love me?
tagging you in.
Have a record and fighting still. The Blues have a hell of a record and are still fighting. No, they have a hell of a record. They're not fighting for a playoff spot. You have to look at this. Is for me, this is the one thing where I think the NHL does so piss poor, and I love the AHL for this. The AHL puts their standings in points percentage, not points. Points does not give you, until game 82, it doesn't give you a proper view of how the standings sit.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree with that. I never understood why we did it because it's tough to get an idea when you've got one team that's played 5 more games than you and they're sitting up in the up in the standings higher. It should be a point percentage. We see
Yes.
The NBA and the MLB do win percentage. Why can't we have point percentage?
I would.
Because we have overtime. We should. Yeah.
Okay, so this is Lance Scott. Lance holds his own podcast. Unfortunately, Lance is dealing with some medical issues right now, and he's a guest co-host on our show. What's going on with Binnington? The pace powerful in front of him, and Berube isn't playing him enough to get him back to where he should be. Ashley's got a 3 wake-up call, so she's probably not going to be here. For me, it's not just the team plays bad in front of him. It's that the team doesn't play. They don't come out. For some reason, the first 10 minutes of the game, they do this. Let's see how you're going to play first. And they did it tonight. They absolutely did it tonight. The first 10 minutes of that game, they wanted to see what Edmonton was going to do and then respond to it. Well, unfortunately, Edmonton puts up 4 goals, right? If you come out and you play your game, you don't let them get to their game first. This is a 5-1 victory for the Blues, right? I mean, you cannot let teams this good with that good of players get up in front of you, right? St. Louis absolutely played. I mean, you outplayed them 45 minutes, 50 minutes of this game.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, they did.
The fact that you lost because the first 10 minutes you couldn't figure out what you wanted to do, right? You couldn't figure out how to pass behind the net. You couldn't figure out how to get a pass. And I'll tell you what, the goal that made this game, the one that made it 4-5, right? That was passing in the neutral zone. That opened up everything that happened after that was opened up because of that pass in the neutral zone. You saw Edmonton just fall apart. Right? And that's why, I mean, it took a little bit to get the goal in, but that's what happens when you pass in the neutral zone. It opens up passing lanes in the offensive zone. It opens up a path to the net. And that's what I believe. Where are we at here? I want to get cut up where we're at. Thank you, Lance. Playoff race, not in time to let a guy figure it out.
Agreed. I agree with Sam Menza. If I could just jump in, I 100% agree with this. I understand that you're paying Jordan Binnington starter money, but at this point in the season, it's hot hand all the time because what's more important? It's making the playoffs. It's not letting a guy figure it out. I mean, that's why you've got 2 goalies. Right.
It is.
So you can lean on one when you need to. Sam, I completely agree. This isn't the time. If it was early in the season, I'd be like, let's try and let Binnington figure it out. But right now, Husso's the hot hand. You're jockeying for positioning with Minnesota to get that home ice advantage. Got to run hot hand. Got to. Yep. So
you do, but you also need to realize that Husso's never played this many games before.
But neither did Binnington when he took over the starting role back when the
but Binnington,
Cup, right? And they had trust in him then.
When Binnington took over,
Husso now.
Sorry, I didn't mean to walk all over you there. When Binnington took over, though, you had another goalie that was still a very good goalie that could back him up. Binnington is not backing up Husso. That's what scares me. He's not being Jake Allen to him, right?
Yep, that's fair. Yep.
He's not being Jake Allen to Husso. And because he's not being Jake Allen to Husso, it concerns me with as many games as Husso's playing that he's going to wear out. And to bring this to a point, Binnington was not the Blues' best player during that playoff run, right?
But to get them to the playoff run,
get them to the playoffs, yes. But during the playoff run, he wasn't the best player, right?
Yep. Right.
So there's some different things there. Girl, go to bed. That's why I can't watch the show too much. I got you. Let her. You're great. They said on NHL Network today that they can see it coming down to game 82 to decide on who's in. In the West, it can, but I don't think I think the Blues will have their position locked up before that.
I think so too.
Or at least have the playoffs locked up. Right?
Agreed.
They're going to get 100 points. I am dead set on that. I think this is a 100-point team, and it's going to be 96, 97 to get into the playoffs. So they're going to get that. They're going to be that team, and it's just that the West is so close, or the Central is so close together, right? Other than the Avalanche, which have run away with it, but it just and the Avalanche. Here's the thing: the Avalanche are going to hit that, I'd say 108, 110 mark, and just give it away, right? Start resting guys. Guys are going to play every other game. Goalies are going to flip-flop more. You're going to see more of the backup goalie. And that's goaltending and defense is their issue, right?
Absolutely.
And Kadri is a huge question mark there.
I want to hear your take. Why do you say he's a question mark? Outside the obvious, are you talking just because he's a wild
because
card?
You don't know what he's going to do. You do not know what bad hit he's going to lay out on somebody, right? Oh, my goodness. Look at all these comments, man. I can't even keep up with them. You don't know what bad hit he's going to do. You don't know if he's going to get suspended. You don't know what level his play is going to be. I'm telling you, a guy like that, a guy that plays that dirty when it's magnified in the playoffs is going to get caught.
You don't think he's learned?
Huh?
Do you not think he's learned yet?
Oh, absolutely not.
No.
He's already been suspended this year. He's already been suspended this year. He's already had a suspension this year.
That's
right.
fair.
Lance doesn't think that the Avalanche are going to rest guys. Ashley says, I'm still listening. You can get rid of me. You can't get rid of me, guy. I'm cheering you along. Husso isn't the goalie to get us to a cup. And right now, Lance, I don't know. I honestly, I was with you there. Who do we play tomorrow night? I think you have to play Binnington to start. I really do. Right? I think you have to start Binnington, and you got to see what the team does. If there is a team issue, right? And you see it tomorrow night, you pull Binnington quickly, you put Husso back in, and then before you come home, someone walks up to Binnington with a stick, whacks him upside the head, puts him in concussion protocol, and brings up a goalie for the rest of the season. Right?
Carly Lindgren, let's go.
Well, actually, see, now Lindgren's is an interesting thing for me. I don't think Lindgren's 28 years old. He's been around. He's a journeyman. He's never really, he had a hot start. But that doesn't mean that he's going to come up and do it again, right? Now, the guys might trust him, but the teams he played weren't, especially in December, are not the same as the teams you play in April.
Absolutely. I completely agree with that. I think that he's goaltenders, they take a long time to develop anyway. So, at 28 years old, that's kind of young goalie-wise. He was with Montreal before that, comes over here. He's having a great year in Springfield. So, I think that those 5 starts, he was under 2 goals a game. He's not going to continue that average. Absolutely not. But I think he's kind of finally starting to find his form, because you can look at those AHL numbers and they're still really solid. And like most goaltenders in the NHL, you take a long time to groom. 28 is kind of when you do, I think, figure out your prime.
Yeah. Golf King, first of all, I was joking about somebody walking him upside the head. I think I want you to know that I was joking. I don't think but I'm saying that they got to find, you know what? I would go to him and say, hey, man, will you go see our shrink and have the shrink make sure he says that he needs time. Let's put him in one of the programs to, so you can bring up another goalie. Right? So you can bring somebody up. Husso's 26. He just turned 26 not too long ago. Lindgren's a fringe NHL goalie. I absolutely agree with that. We have 4 back-to-backs this month. This is 2 of them right here. We have this one, and then we have another one next weekend. I know that. I think Saturday and Sunday, and that's the only other back-to-back we have. I agree, Ashley. He doesn't start tomorrow. He's done. I just don't know. I say that 28 isn't young for a guy to start playing well in the NHL. I kind of agree with that. I think 25, 26. Great. He's 5-0, but 5-0 doesn't mean anything. 5-0 in December is not 5-0 in April or March. In a normal season, it would be March, right? I'll let you answer this one.
What did I do to upset you with this? Oh boy, are we gonna see? Who's 4-0?
Actually, Lance, I think he's 5-0. He started 4, but he won one where he came in. But he won that game. It was losing when he came in, and then he won it. So he is 5-0, I think. Yeah, Ashley's telling Sam to be nice. Just having some fun. I told you what my guy. I love it. I told you how my guys were going to be. Right. I didn't hide that from you. Right. And they've.
I appreciate it. I like the banter, and I mean, it scares me. That's what keeps me up at night, is thinking that McDavid will never hoist a cup, or at least in the blue and orange. So
yeah. If you'll make me that still makes me feel old. 40 is creeping up, but I'm not going to make my own birthday plans. Yeah, for an athlete, for an athlete, it does go. It's 5-0. They gave him the win for the Panthers. Yeah, that's what I knew. I mean, you may not count him as getting a starting win, but he did get the win. He was credited with that win. They need a goalie. Keep your hands off Husso.
Buddy, we're coming for him. Oilers are coming for him.
Oh, I know they are. But I'm
We're
wondering
throw
right
a
now.
ridiculous amount of money, even though he's got a small resume. This is what Edmonton loves to do. Small sample size. Here's all the money. So I mean, going to be tough for Husso to turn that down.
Well, how many more years? Don't you have Smith for another year?
Yes.
See, so you're paying Smith 6, right?
No, I think we get one guy off the on our buyout. So
yeah.
If they could get Husso, they'll probably do something like buy out one of our goalies. So
yeah, but again, you got to take half that money to your cap.
Yep.
Right. So I'm not sure.
I don't think they'll be able to make the numbers work. They got raises coming to Kyler Yamamoto, Yossi Puliarvi. They're not going to be able to do it. So yeah, Husso's
in that once that game was tied up, I was scared. I was like, somebody hit Yamamoto. Somebody hit him.
That guy's a bulldog. I love him.
Yeah, no, I do. I think he's great. I love him too. McDavid needs to have a closed door meeting with the GM and the owner. McDavid needs to go somewhere else. That's plain and simple.
Oh yeah, we talked about this.
Yeah, no, we did talk about it. Richard Cognell, go for it, Ashley. She's talking about her co-hosting from the chat room. Edmonton will have a very interesting offseason. I can see that.
Yeah, they will. Absolutely, they will. I mean, it's going to be tough. I mean, like I was saying, numbers-wise, they are still a little bit pressed. They have a few mistakes that's really been coming off the books, which is good. But depth is going to be the biggest issue for them to address outside of goaltending. I'm not sure how they're going to do it. It'll be an interesting offseason to see what they decide to do, what direction they take.
No, actually, Sam, I will disagree here. McDavid does not need to wear the note. What you have to give away to get him is not worth it. You have to give way too much to give away. Alex, they're asking you who your favorite baseball team is.
Toronto Blue Jays.
Oh, that's not bad. I can see that.
And I'm not a bandwagoner. I'm from Canada. It's our only team. I wasn't following baseball back in the Expos days, so I lived in Toronto for a few. Yeah, I love me some Blue Jays. Yeah.
Okay, no, that's fair. I mean, I get that. I know you're a Canadian guy, Canada guy, and that's good. How you ended up in Florida is like how I ended up. Well, I mean, I know how I ended up in Hawaii. Uncle Sam brought me here, and I just grew roots. So, was being funny. He won't retire an Oiler. I don't think he does. I really don't. Go Rays. I guess you got.
Yeah, let's go Raptors, baby.
Raptors, okay.
Yes,
Raptors.
Sir.
I you know what? I cannot watch basketball. I cannot watch basketball one bit.
Well, if you
Cannot.
ever do,
That
watch the Raptors. They're a great team.
yeah. I mean, I don't get it. Teach McDavid how to hit. Give him and give us him and Smith, and you can have Huso. Yeah, but we couldn't afford him. I
The
mean, that would be
2v1 for
you still
Huso.
got $27 million you got to get rid of.
You have to go. Yeah, it's a lot of money.
Right? Yeah, you still got a ton of money to get rid of. Trust me. You know, you still got a lot to get rid of. Beautiful city up in Toronto, although they hate Americans.
You're hanging out on the wrong streets. You're hanging out on the wrong streets. We actually know it is. I don't know. There's some crusty people in Toronto,
right.
but I still think you're hanging out on the wrong streets. We love America.
I enjoy playing against McDavid, so I don't want him at the note. Tired of people ragging on Jordan. Too many defensive zone giveaways in the first. And Richard, you're right. There were the Blues. What did we talk? And I'll bring this up for Alex. What did we talk about pregame? Do you remember one of the things that because you came on the first intermission and said, "Wow, where's that crystal ball of yours?" What did I talk about in the pregame about the Blues?
Ooh, there's a lot. Put me on the spot here. Well, one of the things you said they would come out slow. And
not
sloppy.
start on
That's
time.
What they do. Yeah, not start on time. That's what it was. Yeah, and you were right, 100%. They did not, and those goals were not on Binnington. Maybe the one that was the one that kind of went under his glove.
Yeah,
that was probably on him. But the other ones is like a deflection, pure giveaways, just sloppy plays. I mean, I'm not blaming Binner at all on this one.
No, Binner. I put one, maybe two against him. It wasn't like that. I mean, it was. They did not come out ready to play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We are okay. So that 1-7 in OT is on the road. Different thing. Oh, my buddy Jim Siegel. The Blues dug themselves a hole in the first period with Binner in net. The Oilers ran him out of the game and had to bring Villy in. Now they have the high-flying Flames tomorrow night and have to put Villy in back-to-back games. Could be ugly. Actually, I think you start Binnington. I really do. And you put him on a short leash in the first. You give up 2 goals, you're out. That at least gives Huso some rest. Right? Yes, I do talk a bit, but I'd want to.
I mean,
I've got a talk show.
This is true. You know, I think that's definitely a way that St. Louis could handle it and put in Binner, start him instead, and put him on a short leash. But you know, goalies are just creatures of routine, and going on this road trip, it was. Huso knew that he was going to be playing the Flames. That's what he's got in his mind. That's how he's prepping himself. I think you got to honor that preparation. NHL goalies, they like I said, it's such a big thing for them to follow routine, and I think you just let him go with the routine and keep Huso on the short leash. But you
and that's fair. That's fair, right? That's fair. The slow and actually, so. The OT started good, right? The OT started absolutely, Lance. Absolutely. But if you're feeling up for it, you're always welcome on the show, right? And is Benny done? I don't know. Could he just be having a bad season? Could the off season, could he reset? And I honestly don't know.
I mean, goaltending is one of the most streaky positions in the NHL. So I'm not about to say he's done. Not at all. I mean, he's having a rough go right now. It's a little bit of a slump, but he's shown what he can do. I don't think he's done. Maybe St. Louis gives up on him, but I don't think they do. But if they did, some other team will snatch him up like that. He's not done.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I'm not. You know what? I don't know who you are, but I love what you're doing. And I if you ever, the person that's doing this, if you ever wanted to come on the show, you would be more than welcome, man. And I don't mind, but I invite fans and guests on the show. I think it's fun.
That. I love that. I would love to get a Draisaitl autograph.
Yeah. Who is your favorite team? Is it Edmonton?
For me, I guess so. I guess it'd be Edmonton. I mean, I grew up in Edmonton. I've been following them my entire life. I I hate saying favorite because I think it puts you in that category of homer, and I don't like being a homer for
Yeah.
any team. But yeah, I guess I would be Oilers. Yeah.
I'm a homer. I admit it. I'm a homer. I grew up in St. Louis. I followed the Blues since I can remember. I knew what a Blue was. So I'm not. It's not that I'm not a hockey fan. I absolutely am a hockey fan. Sam's been on. Yeah, he has. And you have Ashley started as a fan of the show from Roland, and now when my other co-host decided to leave me, Ashley said, "Hey, I'll come on," and she thought it would be temporary, but now she's permanent and she loves it.
That's
Right?
awesome.
And Ashley says, now Ashley's one of those. Now you listen to Ashley and you can tell that she's got a hockey acumen, right?
Mm-hmm.
When she first started, she was Blues only. She didn't really pay attention to the other teams, right? Now she does, and that's how I look at the game and that. And she's really I love what she does to the show and what she brings to the show.
That's great,
right? Her being a hockey fan. And he lives
Huge
in freaking Hawaii. How can somebody love the Blues when there's no? Because you know what? You can take the St. Louis boy out of St. Louis, but you can't take the St. Louis out of the boy. That's what it is, right? Tammy's a homer. We know that. I love the show so much. I know she does because she supports it with everything she's got. I knew you were Edmonton, Alex. That's why I said that you were unbiased. And I love you.
There you go. I love it.
Yep.
I try to, remain impartial. I mean, I did grow up watching it, but that's why I don't like to get into the homer stats. I like to be able to just see both sides of it and make a logical observation about how the team is doing and not just homer hard on them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's why I wanted to that's why I brought you in. That's why I try and bring in, because I want to hear. I know what I think of other teams, right? Mm-hmm. I know what I think of Edmonton. Mm-hmm. I want them to hear that somebody else thinks what I think of Edmonton, right? And when you and me started off, we kind of talked about that connection or how I saw Edmonton and how you saw St. Louis and how it was, pretty much on the same wavelength. Mm-hmm. That's why I want to bring in fans like that, because it does show that, we're seeing the same thing differently.
Right. Yeah.
Right. And that's what I think. I'm an implant. I'm from Iowa and should be a Blackhawks fan like the rest of my family, but I'm not. Yeah. Well, you're be very, very happy that you're not. That's how a good sportsman or spectator should be. You need to be able to say, hey, my team's sucked today. Yeah. This team did better. Yeah. And I agree with Tanner absolutely on that. Jonathan says, Alex looking kind of crusty right now. Is that one of your buddies there?
No, it's not. Wow. Again,
we're missing the playoffs. Yeah, Jonathan.
Get crusty.
Oilers got 2 points and the Blues get a point. I'm mad. Yeah. I think he's saying with them missing the playoffs is what he's talking about.
Okay,
right?
So I'm assuming that he's a Vegas fan with that.
Yeah, because the way he was talking and with that, yeah.
How's the fan base doing after your trade deadline? What
for Vegas?
Yes, a blunderous trade deadline.
You know what? I don't think that's on Vegas as much as everyone thinks it is.
I mean, it's got to be a little bit. I knew that he had a modified no trade clause.
Okay, but however. Where was it submitted to? Did they know he submitted it? You can have a modified no trade clause, but you still have a deadline to submit those teams. That's what happened with Bergeron in St. Louis. That's how we got O'Reilly. Mm-hmm. Bergeron's agent never submitted the no trade clause, the no trade list. Right?
No, you're absolutely right. And I don't think that there's you were putting all the fault on Vegas. I don't think that there's one party that's at fault, but Vegas has to be a little bit, because if there was people who knew that he had a modified no trade clause, then your team has to know. Just invest a little bit more into your players when they come over. I think conversation with him and the agent and just be like, hey, any chance? We didn't see a no trade list submitted, but do you have one? I mean, it's a 30-second conversation you can have with.
You're right. However, that's not. And I'm going to back the team on this one. Okay. Same way I'm going to back with the Blues with Bergeron, right? That has to be submitted by a certain time frame. It didn't get submitted. The Blues didn't say, "Hey, Bergeron, where's your no trade list?" You know what? That's on you. It's your responsibility. You didn't do it. way to go. Now, the fact that he submitted it is great, but where did the agents? This is on the agent to me, right? The agent submitted it to the NHLPA, but didn't submit it to the team. Mm-hmm. It's supposed to be submitted to the to the NHLPA and the team. So in my eyes, I thought Vegas was right more than they were wrong. Mm. Right? And that's something that needed to be looked at. Right? Richard, 3-on-3 OT against Edmonton. The Blues have no option but slow, keep the puck. You're right there. That was the Blues started the OT perfectly. Right?
Yeah. The Blues did what the Kings did the other night against Edmonton. It's you realize on the 3-on-3 OT, you're going against McDavid and Draisaitl. You're not going to outskate them. You're not going to outplay them. It's all about win the faceoff, control it. Try and take a minute off the clock so they're a little bit more tired, and then make your push. They did the exact same thing that Kings did. I mean, I think we'll see more teams do that play. It's a smart play, but the thing is, you can't do it the whole way through. I mean, look what happened. I mean, you give them one opportunity, they pounce.
Well, see, that's where, man, it's 85 degrees in here. I'm not wearing my jacket, and you guys know I have my suit coat with the Blues lining, right? I have a suit with the Blues lining in it, right? It's got the blue note inside it.
That's awesome. I think this one's blue inside. It's blue inside.
Yeah, no, mine actually has the blue note. Has the Blues emblem in it.
That's awesome.
Right? Yeah, I'll have to get it out one day. It needs to get cleaned. Where are we at?
Oh no, Ashley, don't do it.
Oh, we know you loathe Scandella. I didn't think Scandella did that. Where this breaks down, everybody is, and I'm not sure who took the shot. The shot on Smith in the OT. That shot has got to do one of two things. Either go in the net or go in Smith's glove. Yep. It cannot be rebounded out. Mm-hmm. And that's exactly what happened. And once it was rebounded out, you're 3-on-1, 3-on-2, 2-on-1, 2-on-2. And, nobody's going to stop that. Mm-hmm. Right? That is where the OT broke down. It wasn't. That shot it's got to go in or it's got to be in the net. It cannot be a reboundable thing. And that's on the blue shooter. I don't shoot that there. If that shot's not there, you take it around and get a shot set up so 100%. You have guys behind that can stop the breakaway.
Yep. 100%.
Right? Yep. Right? That's absolutely where that breaks down at.
Yeah, I totally agree.
That is April Fool's. I'm almost 100% sure of that. I am not a fan of April Fools. I'm not. I
Did
don't
you get
like
burned
April
by
Fools.
anything this year? Did anything catch you? Did anything get you this year?
No, because I didn't. Everything I looked at, I was absolutely skeptical of it. Right?
Everything you read today, you're like, nope.
Yep.
Nope.
Everything I was skeptical of. I mean, in fact, all of it just made me hate April Fool's Day even more. Right? The Blues Journal. Oh, we lost the bet, so now we're going to be the Blackhawks Journal. Caught that one. Yeah, not going to happen.
Right? That was a little too obvious.
Right. There was so much of that out there. Some of the there were even trade things, right? I wasn't even there.
I don't know why they got to keep it on the same day. Just change it. Everyone expects it now. Pull this stuff on April 2nd, April 3rd. Like throw people off. Really get them going.
Yeah. No, it's just for me. April Fool's is for children. I don't know why you hate it so much, because it's not children that are putting out the junk that's getting put out. It's adults. That's why I hate it. Yeah. See, there we go. There's another one. Right. And that's the
Dolphins.
Right. So that's I
wouldn't mind seeing that. That'd be great. Good,
good
Fever corpse there.
Yeah. No. How about Tom Brady? Tom Brady is still throwing footballs at the age of 83. Oh yeah, that was the other one. That's the one that got me. The Quebec Nordiques coming back. Right.
Oh, man, I would love that.
It's all actually. Now this is. I'm in a couple different hockey groups. I'm in one. I can't even think of the name of it now, but they had somebody posted that. I seen that in that group, and I was like, oh man. I changed my mom's password for April Fool's. Yeah, that's a smart thing to do. I wish that Tom Brady. I wish that was Tom Brady. I have some questions about his drama issues. Oh my goodness. Okay, I guess I'm done. But my 8 and 13-year-olds come home from school and made sure that they tell me that they were pranked or not. That's all I care about. I get it. I get some of it. But for me, it's just it's not there. Especially when for me, here's my problem with it. Right. I'm trying to be a legitimate journalist. Right. Like, I want this to be my job. I don't, I'm not doing this just because I love, just for the fun of doing it. I really, really want this to be my job. And when some of this stuff comes out, it's what gives guys like us a bad name. And that's why we can't get credentialed. That's why people just call us fan media. They don't give us the respect because of junk like that. And that's where I have the issue with it.
That's fair. That's fair. Mm-hmm.
That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, see, for me, it's just, I want this to be, I think I'm a good writer. I think I'm good at doing this show. I think I think I can do this professionally. And that's why I say it that. Tammy's calling tonight. Yeah, Tammy, we're just about at the end of the show. JT and E are going at it a little bit. Again, Alex, thanks for coming on tonight, man. I had a lot of fun with you coming on. Thanks so much. I know you just joined Full Press Hockey, and as soon as I put out that you were, can you do this? Yeah, tell me all about it, and I appreciate it. We really enjoyed you. Anytime you want to come on, let me know. We do the Hockey Fan Report, which is on off game days. Okay. Love to have that in. I just want to, I like bringing new people in and allowing people to talk hockey and make things happen. Right.
I love it.
Words absolutely matter there, Richard. And I don't know what I failed at, but you are unique, and I believe you can do it professionally. Well, I appreciate that. And JT's trolling on me. But thanks so much for coming along today. I really appreciate it. Have a great one. Hopefully we'll get to have you on again really soon. I can't wait to read your first article in Full Press Hockey.
Thank you. All right. Well, we'll see you again. Thanks for having me.
So this is Guy the Hawaii Blues fan and Alex Slimp. Is that right?
That's it. Yep.
Slimp. Okay. Yep. Because and I'm sorry, it just looks like a T to me.
It's okay. I get Stemp, Stump, Slump. I've heard them all.
Yep. Yeah. I get it, man. I get it. This is Guy, the Hawaii Blues fan, for Alex Slimp, saying aloha, mahalo. Check us out on Full Press Hockey. Aloha.